Well, here's the project. A 1982 650 Maxim. 40 years of service. And now I have to replace the rubber intake manifold boots. Steel bolts and aluminum head. And I broke 3 of them off. Drilling a hole down the middle of a 6mm bolt that's mounted in aluminum is just about impossible. But I have an old manifold here that I can bolt down tight. Now I have to go right straight through that hole to drill down the center of the bolt that's remaining. So I made this. This is a bolt that's been filed down to fit right in that hole, and drilling a hole down the center of it, I can take this bit and go right down the middle of that hole, and that should drill a hole in that 6mm bolt. Snug it up. Check, see if it's square. Ah, we got her done. So let's see how much racket this makes. There you go. With enough room in between here, you can take and file. Now we can work on taking the head off. I'm going to run this through backwards. Cutting is this way, but if I turn the hacksaw backwards, the cutting is this way. So what you do, and if you're patient enough, the head falls off. So we get this far, the head is gone, the threads are filed down. Now this comes into play here. You notice it's got a V-notch in there, which is really handy for holding a drill bit straight up and down. And then you go out to Harbor Freight and you get yourself a package of these double-ended pop-rod drill bits. I think they're used for metal roofing. You can take these bits and burn them up and turn them over and burn up the other side, and when you're totally mad with that one, go get a few more. I placed the finished part in there for demonstration purposes. I'm going to take one of these pop-rod drills and put it in this machinist vise. Now this is all square and plumb. Now the trick is to get this over the top of that so that drill bit goes right through the middle. If you're starting out, if you see that drill bit wiggle, you're not in the middle. You have to keep going. Don't start drilling until you get a nice, smooth start. If you manage to get your drill bit just right, you can run it right down the middle. The farther you drill with such a little drill bit, the tougher it is on it. So as you're drilling, you got to release it, let her cool down a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. You don't want to break that drill bit until you get it all the way through. So after all of this barnyard garage drill press machining, managed to get what I needed is a peg with an 1/8 inch hole right down the middle. So now I have an 1/8 inch hole, I hope. The next project is to re-drill this It's supposed to be a 5.5. Nobody had a 5.5 till I found an old guy at my local hardware store. He says, that's the same as 732. So you drill this out at 732 and you retap it at 6 millimeter 1.00. And if I do that 3 successful times, I could put my motorcycle back together before it snows.